Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Mike, and welcome back to some more Genshin Impact. I know that I've missed a couple days this past week. I kind of went silent a little bit after I finished up the Kokomi video, and I do apologize about that, everyone. Really, life just kind of started getting in the way right after the Coco video got uploaded. And it was just really difficult for me to actually get a chance to sit down and record the normal types of videos again. It also really hasn't left me with any good, like, long playtime chances for me to actually go in and continue playing through the Valyria Mirage event for 3.8. As I've harped on before, from what you all are aware, I only have gotten through Act 1 before the Coco video, and shortly after, I did go through and finish up Act 2, as well as unlock all of the mini-games and everything, and I'm trying to figure out a good time for when I can go through and finish up Act 3. I don't know when a good time for that will be for me, because what I'm doing right now is, in the event that I can't record a video in the morning, I'm actually recording this the night before you all see this, so I'll at least have something out for you all to kind of break up the fact that I haven't been uploading for a couple days. And it really is kind of just genuinely my fault in some ways, because I've been waking up very late into the day, admittedly, way later than I feel comfortable, like, recording and working on a video, because then it would get uploaded really late, as well as just having a bit of low energy in most instances, so not really ideal for myself to be recording videos when, you know, I am trying to be, like, somewhat energetic, and I do want to stay passionate about the things I'm talking about, which, speaking of passion, by the way, a video that I'm working on right now, slowly, just over the short amount of time that I have been able to play somewhat, is a pretty lengthy, I think it's going to be lengthy anyway, Cold War review video. As I'm sure you all are aware, I have been enjoying Black Ops Cold War quite a bit lately, and I just kind of started wanting to work on a review video of sorts. It's gonna be the first of its kind for me. I've always imagined of wanting to make sort of like review videos, or videos just kind of talking about what I think on certain games, and this is gonna be a first of its kind for me. I know that realistically, in some ways it kind of isn't, because I have made a scripted video before, Genshin's Finest with Amber, and I know that I want to continue that series, like, relatively soon if I can. The hardest part, honestly, for these types of videos, for me anyway, is actually going in and getting the gameplay to support a lot of the points that I'm thinking about, because if I'm trying to make a video on Kale for the next one, because she's the one that I'm kind of thinking about to do next, I have to spend probably a good bit of time playing with Kale, and just playing over the course of weeks, if not like a solid month maybe, just because of the fact that, you know, when it comes to Genshin, especially if you're someone who's caught up relatively like me, there's not really much for you to do aside from the events and the main story stuff, especially considering that a lot of, like, the main combat scenarios are just hitting a lot of the world bosses, ley lines, and hilly churls pretty frequently. A lot of the combat I know can feel samey, and it's hard to sort of differentiate the battles from one another. I feel like probably the best thing would be for me to just focus on fighting bosses and things like that, but I'm seriously trying to think of, like, how I could do something like that. And this fact of kind of struggling for gameplay recording is compounded over on the Cold War side, the video that I am working on, which y'all should see somewhat soon, maybe within the next week, because I am done with the campaign section. I'm finishing up the multiplayer, and then I'm going to dive deep into the zombies, just because that is the part of the game that I've played the most. The whole gathering gameplay thing, it takes a while, because especially for zombies, because you're playing games that can take up to like an hour or an hour and a half, and I want to have the variety of different gameplay scenarios, so I'm playing on all the maps. I even took to Outbreak a little bit, and I know that I probably should take a little bit of extra time to go back and get some gameplay of the boss fights, but I'm gonna be honest, I don't really have the mental fortitude to go and fight every boss on every map right now, because it was much of a chore already for me to just, on pretty much like 3 or 4 days back to back to back, play like 1 or 2 games on each map on the game. And I love zombies, don't get me wrong, I've played it most of my life, but I do try to limit myself on how much zombies I am playing like in a single day, unless I'm actively like trying to grind or work towards something. It's one thing to play for trying to beat an Easter egg quest for the first time, or in Cold War's case to get all of the camos unlocked for all the guns. But it's another when you're trying to play in moderation, and I think moderation for things that you do love is important to have, because too much of a good thing is detrimental in some cases. You know, some people could play their favorite games for years, you know, examples probably being like Counter-Strike, Overwatch, Call of Duty itself just as a franchise is a decent example likely. But when it comes to zombies, because I've played it for just as long as a lot of other games have been out, I really try to like kind of limit how long I do play, and it gets tough when I'm trying to play multiple zombies games within a very short time span of a day or two. Speaking of Cold War, though, I just got a notification on my PlayStation just earlier today, and if you guys do have a PlayStation Plus, or you know that you use PlayStation Plus of any tier relatively frequently, be sure to, if you're interested at all in the amount of Cold War that I have talked about and posted so far, if it's a game that interests you, I think you have probably only a day or two, maybe at most another week, to go and just claim it as the free game of the month of July, because you're going to get literally everything that the game has to offer. The campaign, the multiplayer, and the zombies, and everything in between, all of the post-launch DLC that came within like the Battle Pass seasons and all that. And I'm not expecting my review to come out in time to like give you a full breakdown about why I think the game is good or not. I definitely won't have it out in time for that, but it's better than, you know, feeling like you missed out on an opportunity, because all you need to do is just put it in your library. You don't even have to download it right now, and you'll have it forever as long as you keep up your PlayStation Plus membership. So obviously not sponsored. I don't have any sort of obligation to tell you this. I just think the game is good, and I want other people to go ahead and experience it, because especially the zombies, though, that mode is something special, and I'm very excited for what Treyarch is going to do come 2024. You know, if patterns are correct and rumors are to be believed, Treyarch's next COD game, the one that they're heading the development for, will come out in 2024. As far as the Genshin side of things go, I firstly just want to thank you guys for the massive support on the Kokomi video. I did put a lot of energy into editing and recording that, and it was just something special that I've been waiting for so long in this game, and I'm very excited for the potential of what Fontaine has in store for us now that I have her. It's going to be something super special, and I'm very excited. In terms of what's here now, though, if I'm feeling quite all right after putting this video together for you guys, I may go and try to finish the last act of the Mirage event. And I'm thinking I'm probably going to put Act 2 and 3 together in their own video, and it might be pretty lengthy. I'm not sure if I've mentioned that anywhere before, but that is the plan as of right now, and it's why I'm holding off of uploading my Act 2 playthrough, even though I've already completed it. And I do know that I'm running out of time. I'm probably like maybe down to just 2 weeks left of the event, if that. And I need to make sure that I can actually like get that completed relatively soon. There's a lot of stuff on my plate that I just haven't had time for, and things that I've had to make sure are prioritized over videos and gaming and things like that. And it's a little unfortunate because I do really enjoy doing this. I really enjoy making these videos and playing and talking to you guys. It's something special that I get to do every day whenever I get a chance. This entire process so far has been such a wonderful experience, and I want to thank you guys so much for a lot of the support that you've been giving these videos, regardless of the game that I'm playing. I know that mostly all I've done so far is just Cold War and Genshin, and as of right now, those are the two games that I'm going to primarily focus on, just because they're the easiest for me to work with, as well as the ones that I have the most fun with right now. Ultimately, in the long run, I'm going to be playing Genshin solely, just because it does have a long life ahead of it, and at the very least, we have another 3 to 4 years of content coming from it, because we're going to be covering Fontaine, Natlon, Snezhnaya, Conria, and then maybe it wasn't officially outlined, but maybe Celestia will have its own sort of content year, or maybe it'll just be like sort of a final chapter when the game ends. And it's crazy to think that like now we're kind of cresting the halfway point of Genshin's overall life cycle if we're going to be finishing with Conria and Celestia, because what's going to happen with the game afterwards? Like I would imagine Hoyoverse probably is just going to keep the game up, or if not, they'll probably keep working at it or circling out banners and things like that. I really don't know. I hope they manage to think that far ahead, because it seems like they have had at least until the end of this whole sort of Tevat world thing planned out for a while. While this electro-hypostasis takes its time to recharge, because I am currently working on Lisa for her level 90 ascension, I think I'll go ahead and leave things here for today. Just something relatively short, I think, just talking about what I've been working on and where I've been. You guys know the drill. If you made it to the end, I'm going to keep on working on ascending characters. I'm going to try and see how the whole uploading every other day might work, or maybe I'll just abandon that and go back to daily uploads again, but again, we'll see how that goes. And yeah. With that being said, I would like to thank you all so very much for watching. If you did enjoy, please be sure to drop a like, and if you're new, subscribe, because I do try to upload every single day. We play a lot of Genshin. I'll be taking a little bit of a gander towards more Call of Duty content as well, just to kind of dual upload these two games. They're my favorites. And we're just here to have some fun, just share a lot of the passion that we have for these games. So, yeah, like I said, I'll go ahead and leave things here. Once again, thank you all so much for sticking around, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace out, everybody.